Hey, it's BT with the BT GP review for the for Spielberg. I'm sorry, for the Spielberg Austria Red Bull Ring. Let's get right to it. Moto 3, damn. If you didn't shed a tear in Moto 3, or you didn't feel it in the feels goods, if you didn't feel it in the feels goods, just go jump your monkey ass in a hole, because man, I felt that. Jorge Martin. Anyway, let's get to it. I thought it was a great race. You got to give it to Marco Bezzecchi. Marco Bezzecchi, where's this kid come from? This kid, he's going to go to Moto 2 next year as well. He should. Good for him. I don't know if he's going to win the championship, but that kid has got ice in his veins for this week. He led from start to finish, but the real story is Jorge Martin. This guy raced with a broken arm. His left arm was broken, a broken arm. Hey, I got a hangnail. Almost didn't do this. And that's what he did. Incredible. You got to give it to him. When he came, and he was crying. I mean, he felt it from his team. He was crying. All the emotion. I thought it was a great race. I loved it. It was just like those three. And then it was a five-man party. And where was Anaya Bastianini? I'm going to start calling Anaya Bastianini Anaya Rip Van Winkle Bastianini. Because the first, he was in 18th position, finished in second. That was insane. If he would just wake up at least halfway through the race and make his way through, he wouldn't have to work so hard. But I thought it was a great run by Bastianini. But the story goes, Jorge Martin, great race, and he was beating people with one arm. You know, it's like getting beat up in a street fight with the drummer from Def Leppard. One arm, and you still get beat. Like, he only had one arm. Yeah, no, he's really good. He's really quick. He's really fast. And I didn't see it. He had one arm. He was really quick, and I didn't see it. But that's what it was like. Jorge Martin, he had, man, that guy. I really want him. As far as winning the championship, I think I don't know if he's going to win it, but he's going to have everybody's hearts. Even if you don't like, I don't know how you cannot like Jorge Martin, but even if you don't, you got to give it up for him. And Marco Bezzecchi, that's class. Those guys were class. And how about Jamul Messiah, 17-year-old. The one that Jorge Martin said, see ya. Remember the last turn? And Jorge Martin was like, hey, man, I got to get this podium. See ya. And he kicked him to the curb. And the kid was crying. He was 17 years old, and he was crying. I loved that because it showed passion. But I didn't really like seeing it because he was really crying. He was boohoo crying. Not like, oh, man, I lost. Like, he was like crying, where he was like, had tears, and I felt for the kid. But great race. Moto 3 was great. I loved it. Just four riders. Instead of having that the big train they always has, it was like four riders. They were going back and forth. I thought it was a great race. Loved it. Congrats to Jorge Martin and to Marco Bezzecchi. Start to finish. That is not easy. Start to finish, he won the race. You gotta love it. Let's go to Moto 2. Moto 2. Let me tell you something, man. Pecco Bagnaia and Oliveira. That was a great little race. Oliveira got off to the start. He won it. And Pecco Bagnaia had to methodically pick him off. Pecco Bagnaia, you know, honestly, we're talking about MotoGP and who's gonna how Petrucci's gonna replace the Lorenzo factory Ducati. Look out for Bagnaia. I know the Ducati's a whole different can of worms, but I know he's going to Pragmatic. He's going to take Petrucci's place. But Bagnaia's got something special. That kid is good. That was a great race toward the end. I love the move he put on Oliveira. Great race. And poor Alex Marquez, man. That kid can't buy a break. He really can't. I don't know what his deal is. He can't buy a break. But his last name is a gift and a curse. I think his last name provides him maybe rides that he shouldn't have, or he should have been maybe kicked to the curb before, but he's got that last name, and also that last name puts a lot of pressure on him, and I felt for him the last turn. And even though I love Luca Marini, what was that move he did? He did like a Dovizioso did last year against Marquez. He did like that. Remember, he did like that, like, get out of my way. And he's already on the ground, and it was his fault. It wasn't like he well, I don't know, maybe he did crowd him in a turn or whatever. That's what he got, and that was his come up, and then that was his karma. He's like, aha, karma. I don't know what it was, but anyway, I thought Moto 2 was a good race toward the end. I love the 1-2 battles for the entire race. And people are bitching about, and it's going to go into MotoGP, people are bitching about only the last two or three laps were good. But it's that tension where you know the time's coming down. You watch, okay, he's at a second lead. Okay, it's down to 9.3. Okay, it's down to 8.6. It's down to 7 point. You know, it's that tension, like, can he do it in the next 5 laps? And that's what I liked. Like when Bastianini was coming. I love that, just waiting for that tension. So to me, the tension makes the race. And let's go to MotoGP. Marc Marquez was kicking ass. Let's just be honest. He was kicking ass the whole week. There was something about getting beat, and Bruno that just it's stuck in his craw. You know, like I said, like eating Mexican food has six in your stomach, and you're like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. That's what it was like with the Bruno. Bruno stuck in his stomach like a bad burrito, and he couldn't get it out. And so he was waiting for this week. And you know what? If you think about it, Marquez has lost to everybody from Ducati except the satellite team. He beats Petrucci. He beat Petrucci last year in Misano, but he can't beat the factory riders on a one-to-one mano-a-mano race. Remember, Dovizioso had his number every trip at the Choo Choo last year, and Jorge Lorenzo has beat him man-to-man, and 2 weeks in a row he's beat him. So this is kind of got to get to Marquez a little bit. I like how Lorenzo was. On the post race presser was like he goes to beat Mark is great, he's a monster, and Mark looks like monster, but I think he kind of like anytime somebody calls you a monster, that's a good thing, unless you're a girl and they call you a monster, and that's not a good thing. But if you're a man and you do a sport, somebody calls you a monster, that's a good thing, and I think Marquez liked it. But Marquez is getting beat every time. Luckily, he's got a 59 point advantage in the points, so he can. Matter of fact, Marquez can afford to have himself another vacation. He really can. He can go, you know what? I tell you what, I'm going to win anyway. I'm going to go have me another vacation, and then you guys tell me what goes on in Silverstone, and I'll meet you guys in 2 weeks in Misano. How's that? Is that good? I mean, honestly, between him and Johnny Ray in World Superbikes, they're dominated. A lot. Anything can happen in you know, when they're training. God forbid, have an accident, and get hurt. It's motorcycle racing. It's motorsports. It's what happens. But what Marquez has done, and what he was doing at the Red Bull Ring, he was at least half a second ahead of everybody. He waited for the track to dry, and he was just mentally beating those people, and reminiscent of the way Casey Stoner used to do back in the day when he used to set the fastest time on his first lap out. Remember that fake? Casey Stoner was incredible. That's what Marquez is kind of doing. He's kind of mentally defeating him, but in a way he's not, because Dovi and Lorenzo, man, honestly, it's going to be the Ducatis and the Hondas, looks like. But we say that, but let's get to Yamaha. Yamaha, what the hell? Yamaha's brass came and had I've never seen this before, a press conference to apologize to the riders about how bad their bike is. Who's heard of that? You know what that's like? It's like your parents apologize for being bad parents. It's like, hey, let me call you guys in. Look, I just want to say we're doing the best we can, but I'm sorry, we're failing you as parents. You're like, what? Yeah, we're failing you as parents, and I'm sorry. We suck right now. I wish I could get you a car, but I can't. You're like, it's cool, Dad. I'm kind of a brat anyway. I don't really deserve it. That's what Yamaha's doing. Matt Burke said somebody's head's gonna roll for this. I don't know. Like, I think if I was Yamaha now, start a GoFundMe, a Kickstarter. I have a guy on the expressways in America begging for change. They got to do something, man. Go get some gift from Best Buy at the Geek Squad and go help with the electronics or something, because we say they're getting beat, but Rossi is still second in the championship. Rossi's still second in the championship. People talk about Rossi should retire. He's still second in the championship. And Rossi came from 14th to 6th. Rossi's still great. Not good. Rossi's still great, and he wants to get better. Like I said, he has a riding coach, and he made that ranch. I mean, Rossi just... It's a shame that he and Marquez don't get along, because there's so much alike. It's probably why they don't get along, because there's so much alike and they're so competitive. They're at the top of their game, both of them. And they're both similar. That's why they don't like each other. Because Rossi did the same thing Marquez does now. And that's why they don't. But, man, I'm telling you, I think MotoGP is just getting better. Even though it looks like Marquez is going to run away with it, which he just might. He's got a 2-race advantage already. That means no matter what happens in Silverstone, he's still going to be leading the points. And no matter what happens in Misano, he's still going to be leading the points. So it's 2 races. He's still going to be leading the points going into mid-September. So, I don't know, man. It's Marquez to lose, and I don't think he's losing. Marquez still got that eye of the tiger. He's got the knife in, and he wants to twist it. That's why you love him. He's the babyface assassin. The knife is already in. It's in his heart. It's in your heart, and you're bleeding to death, and he twists it like this, and it makes you go, damn, Mark. And that's the way he is. He wanted to win this so bad, and he didn't. I thought what Lorenzo did, nobody manages a soft tire like Lorenzo. Maybe Zarco, maybe tight shoe Zarco, maybe. But what Lorenzo does on a soft tire is incredible. How they all went different rear tires on the front row. Marquez went with the hard, Dovi went with the medium, and Lorenzo with the soft. And Dovi couldn't get past Lorenzo. I was hoping they'd have a mapping 8. Wouldn't it have been funny? They had a mapping 8, and Lorenzo would have been like, what? And yeah, could you move over? He goes, no. I mean, it reminded me of Valencia. Anyway, I thought it was a great race. A lot of people are bitching about it. I still thought it was a great race. Lorenzo's kind of hot right now, and second half of the season, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Even though Marquez is ahead, he still might feel that heat. This is sitting in his craw. Marquez doesn't like to lose. He likes to win. I don't care what he said. He likes to win. This is sitting in his craw, and it's not sitting good. And like I said, it's like a big burrito, and it won't go down. And that's what it is. That burrito of Lorenzo is sitting in his gut. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk about the rider of the race, Moto 3, Jorge Martin. You got to give it to the kid. Broken arm, and he still got a podium. When he was crying, I was crying. I'm not going to lie. I shed a tear for that kid. Moto 2, rider of the race. I got to give it to Pecco Bagnaia. No. We get to Jorge Navarro. Jorge Navarro has had a horrible year, but he started 4th, finished 5th. Jorge Navarro, rider of the race for Moto 2, and Moto GP, rider of the race. I got to give it to Valentino Rossi. Valentino Rossi came from 14th to 6th on a bike that we know is shit, and he did the best he could. And he's trying to keep a sane face. I don't know what's going to happen with Yamaha. They're going to get they're supposed to be get electronics update. It was supposed to happen in Bruno. It didn't happen, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, rider of the race, Rossi, MotoGP. Thanks for watching. And what do you guys think of the back-to-back races? What do you guys think back-to-back? I want to know what you guys think. Personally, I kind of like them, but it's kind of like the back-to-back-to-back, the flyaways. They take a lot out of the fans and the riders. And the back-to-back, I kind of like it, but in a way, I kind of feel like I didn't give the Red Bull Ring the same attention that I gave Bruno, if that makes any sense. Anyway, they're both good races. I thought it was going to be a repeat of Bruno, but it wasn't. I still love the race. Thought it was great. Anyway, thank you for watching. A little feedback be great. BT at Funnyman6869, BT Funnyman6869, Funnyman6869. Thanks for watching. Until then, you know the word.